And there's still a long time to go before I pay my debt to society.
We'll be back.
Which is what most technologies say. You sure you're not a spokesperson for the technology itself?
Oh, I can't help but be that. That's the problem.
So, in the last show, you outlined the development of technology and media, starting with the telegraph.
The electric phase.
The electric phase of it. Of course, before that we had newspapers, and before that we had word of mouth.
Yeah, more mechanical media, not simultaneous like the electric phase.
So, if we survey the history of media being the communication between one or two or more people.
Yes.
Would you clarify that as media?
All means of communication is what a medium is.
All means of, so in the cave paintings that they found in France, that was a form of media.
Oh yeah, that was an early medium.
That was and then the development of language, the talking to each other, or even animals have their own language. Would they have their own media?
No, they did not. They did not make extensions of themselves.
Oh, so the media is actually an extension of the human.
It's a tool we use, but it's a communicating tool.
So I've talked to biologists saying that humanity is the highest evolution of the mammal, of nature itself. All of nature is encoded in us being humans.
Right, now that's what's interesting. If you start saying it's highest, then you now, the greenies and the eco-fascists, they quibble with that.
Eco-fascists?
Well, there's different, there's greenies and eco-fascists, different versions of what they are. The deep ecologists, the point is they question the me that we are the pinnacle of evolution. But you can clarify and say we are not part of evolution. We are a rupture with evolution, with first nature evolution, because we make technologies which nobody else does.
Well, but everyone who has any idea of what was said here, please call. Maybe that is the goal of first nature itself, to create humans that will evolve a greater system. Because you can't say that technology is not natural. It's made from all natural elements. Maybe it's the consciousness of the earth that's directing us to build the technology to extend itself.
Well, that's where the Gaians and the ecologists who worship first nature make a big deal of it. Miss the point. The technology is part of first nature, and it's fusing with cold fusion as an example. So there's where the linguistic problems come up.
Well, talk about, when we say linguistic problems, you're talking about because the ecologists understand that technology as opposed to who they are.
Right.
What they represent.
Yeah.
And you're saying, technology is an extension of humanity and the Earth itself.
But at first, before cold fusion, it is not first nature, it is not nature, it is something humans make and creates a whole new complex, a new ecosystem that sort of interferes with the first nature system. That's what the argument is about. How much pollution do we have? Both software and hardware pollution. But the language in discussing it is lost in the Android meme today.
Everyone who has any idea of what was said here, please call. Now, okay, the cold fusion, just to define a few terms, is what you're seeing as the hope for endless energy. And the Android meme is
the software imitation of that.
Of what?
Of merging with first nature. When the software imitation of first nature's immortality. Because when the child has a laptop and can have access to all media and interact with all kinds of people, almost like in an ESP sense, that gives a great sense of perpetual emotion and motion within the brain, within the sense of humans' love and addiction to communication, but is lost in a dream world, which all technologies do create, especially software ones, and forgets about first nature. But cold fusion is the only one that is man-made, human-made, and then connects and becomes immortal.
Everyone who has any idea of what was said here, please call.
In other words, if you've got to keep paying your rent to use the internet to communicate, and you can stay up all night for several days communicating in the ecstasy of communication.
Right, so if we had endless energy, we wouldn't need the economic system. We just would have communication.
Because the economic system, the money system, is anchored to first nature. They charge you rent for you to live someplace.
Right.
And that system can sit on the sideline, that historical system, while everybody's lost in the media matrix of the ecstasy of communication, and you still have to pay rent. How can you get rid of the money system when you create and frictionless-based energy that allows you not to have to pay rent as long once it's implemented as an environment.
Because everyone who has any idea of what was said here, please call.
You need food, but I need warmth. If I have a system that keeps the heating system in my house going endlessly, and I don't have to worry about oil, then I can start growing my own food or bartering, and it loosens things up. This grip by the money system is what we've all been trapped by.
There's too much greed. I mean, it seems like, I mean, it would be great, but there's people in power, and you know them very well, that don't want that to happen.
Right, that's the identity crisis.
So they can pacify us with technology.
Yeah. And the technology looks friendlier and friendlier.
But what we're really needing is what we already know to be true is perpetual promotion, endless supply of energy.
We should be challenging and celebrating Ponzi Fleischmann and the scientists who develop beyond them these new technologies, not the internet, not the wired world, which is the last seduction for the old way, even though it's a drug. That is how we need to keep our perspective, is to see that let's emphasize new energies of not the ecstasy of communication. The ecstasy of communication is going to happen anyway.
Everyone who has any idea of what was said here, please call.
I can't wait to see what it's like on the outside now. I can't wait to see what it's like on the outside.